So here you can see the print revolution and its impact. We are going to start from here as what is written over here. What was the print revolution? So as the topic is this, the print revolution and its impact. So whatever topic is written, can you tell me, is it true or not? No, no. Print revolution brought revolution in the life of human being, and when the changes of human beings life, it means now the changes of society. Is it no? Here a new reading public. So as we have seen earlier, what happened, the one person was there who used to do the reading and others were there, they were listening. But now with the help of this printing press, now the people used to start reading. As after the working period, whenever they were having the free time, they start reading, and now the market is flooded with the books. As earlier, where the common people, they were unable to purchase the book, they were unable to do the reading work, but now all can be there. They can purchase the book. They are not only purchasing the religious book, but now the all the kinds of books are present in the market. Okay, as we have seen, now the cooking is there, now the stories are there, now the poems are there. So all the kinds of books are presented in the market. Okay, as but what happened, this was not so simple. Books could be read only by whom? Only by those who are the literate ones. No, the illiterate still they are unable to read the book. Okay, so for them, what happened? What the people, what the writers they have done? Now they used to start the books which were having the print also. Okay, the figures. Okay, such kind of books they start printing with the so many colorful pictures. So through the pictures also, the people, those who are unable to read and write, they come to know what is the theme of that particular story. Okay, as you can see here, they have used the word taverns. This is a place where they all sit and drink, have a gathering. Okay, so such kind of places they were sitting and chatting and also reciting those stories. Now, in this way, what happened? The oral culture thus enter print and printed material. So in this way, what happened, the oral culture is going to be entered with the print material. And now the persons, those earlier who were only hearing, but now they were start reading also, so the public is also going to be mingle. Okay, so here religious debate and the fear of print. So as soon as the print come in our life, come in society, So it means the print is there who has opened the door of new thinking, new views, discussions, and when there is a thinking, views, discussions, is it means that things are going to be changed. Is it no? Because now after thinking, after discussing, the things are not remain same. There will be some changes, so that's why, because of that, not everyone welcomed the printed books. Yes, this is the reason why, because few people were there, those who don't want that the people start reading. Because if once they start reading, they start thinking, they start questioning, and to whom they will ask the question? They will ask the question of these religious peoples, or these about these monarchs, and also about some of the writers, those who has written those kind of books. So here some of the monarchs, some of the religious authorities, they were not happy with these printed books. Okay, so in 1517, the religious reformer Martin Luther was there. He has written 95 theses. Please underline 95 theses criticizing many of the practices and rituals of the Roman Catholic Church. And what else he has done? A printed copy of this was posted on the church door in Wittenberg. Okay, so here when he has done this thing, now the people start raising the questions. After this only, the church is going to be divided between two parts. One group, now the new emerging group, was known as a Protestant group. And these whatever Martin Luther has translated the book, this book, uh, near about 5,000 copies sold within few weeks, and he has to write another print also within 3 months. So in this way, what happened, the Luther was there, as you can see here, it is the Luther said. Please underline this thing also, this is his quotation. Please, Luther said, print ultimate gift of God and the greatest one. The several scholars think the print brought about a new intellectual atmosphere which helped to spread the ideas which led to the Reformation. So please underline this one is Luther said print is a ultimate gift of God. Okay, so here print and descent. Now, the print, when the print is there, printed books are there, as Luther wrote 95 theses. So, such kind of books were there. Now, they were giving the new ideas of these reader groups, or of these common people. So here one of the person is here is he was in 16th century from the Italy, Manicchio. Please underline his name. He was a miller in Italy. Began to read taxes that were available in his locality, whatever present in his locality, that he has start reading. And after reading those books, now he was having the so many ideas, because the different people, they have written some different things. The philosophers were there, they have also written so many things, so he has read. And now what he has started to raising the question against this presence of God, or start asking the question of these Roman Catholic churches. Okay, whatever they were doing, whatever they were asking to common public to do, where it is written or how it is written, who has written all these things, he has start raising the question. So now this thing is not liked by anyone, no, to raise question against of him or her or any of the institution. So these Roman Catholic churches also, they were also not like uh, such things. So what they have done, they tried to capture him, and finally they twice they hauled him, and ultimately what they have done, they have executed him. Okay, as here they have start to begin inquisition. Through that they try to, means whoever is against the government, sorry, Roman Catholic churches, or whoever against the priest raising the questions, they try to do the inquisitions, or to hold or to execute those peoples, as like same we have studied, no, in Hitler's story, is it? And here what else they have done, they have also now keep the list from the market. They have asked to booksellers, give me the list of the provided books from 1558. This thing happened in Italy or in European market. The Roman Catholic churches was asked to give me the list, and they have also given the list, so and so book you cannot be sale. So now this topic is the reading mania. As what happened to the 17th and 18th century, now the churches of different denomination, they start literacy teaching. So through this teaching, now what happened, the literacy rate going up to 60 to 80%. And now the Europeans also become a literate. And when this was the new thing, no, the reading was the new thing over there. So all wanted to do the reading. That's why the topic name is reading mania. So all wanted to read. So when there is a readers group is going to be increased, definitely now the printing of books also going to be increased. Soon as the reader increase, now the same way books were also coming in the market, or we can say the market flooded with the new kind of books, because they were there, as it is mentioned here, they were there targeting the new audience. Now the booksellers, what they used to do, they used to employ the peddlers. And what is the work of these peddlers? The peddlers, they used to carry the books door to door. Okay, as here there were almanacs, or the ritual calendars were also there, along with the ballads and folk tales. But other form of the storybooks were also presented here, as please underline this, as in chapbook in England. The penny chapbook is there, were carried by petty peddlers. Please underline this one, known as chapmen. So these books is sold only for a penny. So in this way, the poor can also buy and read. Then in France, what happened? In France were the bibliolithic blue books were there, which were the cheap, low priced or cheap priced book. printed in poor quality paper, but as the name is there blue, the color was there blue covers. Then also now they have started, there were romance printed book of romantic books with 4 or 5 pages. Then there were also some historic books, means they were there to going with the audience demand, whatever the demand of the audience. The time period of 18th century, through the newspapers they are not only giving the information about the war or trade, along with that now they are giving the information of the different you can say the religion, culture, or whatever people likes. Okay, according to their interest they try to present the news. And now the same way, now the scientists and philosopher were also coming in the reach of the common people. Now the common people can also read all the kinds of scientists, as like Isaac Newton, no, Voltaire, Jacques Rousseau, such kind of philosopher, Thomas Paine. These all now uh, the people can read them through their books. The people can come to know their views, and their views now they are there to give you imagination power, the discussion power, like why so and so thing happen. So these things now presented emerge in the society because of these scientists and these philosophers books. So as tremble therefore tyrants of the world. Here one is very important thing, as what happened by the mid 18th century. Now the common people also come to know that through the books only, through the readings only, we can be make our society, our country democratic. As we were working under this monarch system, we don't know the power of the monarchs, but now through these books we come to know the power of the monarchs as well as the power of the common public also, means our powers. So now this was spread in all over the Europe in common people's mind. So here, as what happened, one of the novelist is here, as please underline this, Louis Sebastian Marseilles. Okay, he was a novelist in 18th century in France. As when we have studied about the French Revolution, he was there. He is the person only who has written the national anthem of France. So what he has said, the France declared, the printing press is the next powerful engine. Progress and public opinion is the force that will sweep despotism away. So he has written that only the printing press can do such kind of work which can be overthrown these monarchy system. Because how because as when the people is going to read the books, and while reading the books they come to know their powers, as well as they comes to know the duties of the monarch also, the rulers also. So when they come to know this thing, then only they start questioning against this monarch system. So in this way, now what he was saying, please underline this, Mars Sears proclaimed, tremble therefore tyrant the world, tremble before the virtual writer. Means now what happened, in front of this writing or in front of these writers or in front of these painters, now the old society is going to be shake, because these new writers, they are going to overthrow uh, these old system. Print culture and the French Revolution, as what happened, as we have read in the previous topic, the Louis Weston Marseillaise was here. So again, in second topic is related with the French Revolution only, and what they were saying as what we have seen in French Revolution. So French Revolution is somewhere, it is a result of these literacy or these reading mania. So, in this paragraph, we are going to see is it correct or not. So, here they have given the three argument. First is this: as when the print popularized the ideas of the enlightenment, thinking, collective, collectiveness, all these things people come to know through the reading only, through the different kinds of books. And now the people start raising the questioning. The second thing is there, the debate, discussion is another thing. Okay, earlier what happened, people cannot be speak over the religious topic, but now they knows this thing, they are having the freedom, they can be speak on the religious topic. In this way, the god cannot be become annoyed upon them. So this thing now clear before the common people. So second is this thing, and the third is this thing, that by the 1780s, now there was a market flooded with the cartoons and caricatures. Which kind of caricatures? The caricatures which is where they especially talk about the monarchs, king system, Nobel. Okay, so these three things, how it happened? It happened through the reading mania only, through the print only. And here the Rousseau and Voltaire was here, and the people, they were reading them, and people not only reading these groups, but people were also reading the other books, as well as which is related to the churches. That books also they were reading. Okay, and now as earlier, what happened? Whatever speaks through the altar or through the stage or through the pulpit, the people have to be grasped it as it is. But now the people, they knows this thing, they were there, they raised the question for each and everything. Why? How? No, such kind of questions now the public is there who start raising. So, for adopting now any of the new things, they were there to just test those things. 19th century. So, the 19th century it, was seen a very large readers, especially from children and women groups. Okay, so as the 5.1 point is also here, children, women, and worker. So what happened here in as primary education become compulsory from the late 19th century. So when the primary education become a compulsory, it means now they have to print the book for the children. Is it no? So here the first printing press, please underline as a children's press devoted as literature for children alone, was set up in France in 1857. Please underline this was the especially for the children's press. Okay, because now from here the compulsory education was started in Europe, and the compulsory education for the children means now they have to publish the book for the children. Okay, then here they also published some fairy tales because this was children press. Then the Grimm brothers were there, and what they have done, they have spent a years to collect folk tales. Grimm brothers in Germany. They spent years to collect these folk tales, and they gathered these tales. They gathered from the peasants, from village to village, door to door, like this way, and they collected, was edited before the stories were published in a collection in 1812. So whatever, please underline this also, whatever Grimm brothers collected these folk tales, it was published in 1812. It is especially based on the children. Okay, then after this, now what we have seen the women's were also there. Now the women were the special reader of these kind of books, and they were not only the reader, but they were also become a writer, especially for this penny magazines we have seen, the chapbooks. They were especially for these women's, because after completing their household work, whenever they are free, they used to go through these books. And in these books, uh, the so many stories were there related to kitchen items were there. Then also beauty tips, no, so all the kinds of things were there. So that's why the women like to read such kind of books, and these books are also very cheap, no. So in 15th 16th century, there were women writers, such as you just do the underline with these names, as like Jane Austen, Brand Sisters. Here you can see, no, no, these, please underline these names. Then in 17th century, we have seen, now there were they start such kind of libraries where you are paying some money and taking the books. Okay, then now there were a further innovation in the 18th century. The press came to be made out of most out of metal through the 19th century. So now from here onwards, we will see so many changes took uh, in the field of press, as there were a series of further innovations in printing technology. By the mid 19th century, the Richard M. Ho was there from New York. He had perfected the power driven cylindrical press. Then this was capable of printing 8,000 sheets per hour. The press was particularly useful for printing newspapers. Please underline all this. Okay. In the late 19th century, the offset press was developed, which could print up to six colors at a time. Then from the time of 20th century, electrically operated press was there. So in this way, what we have seen, now they have started the series of books also. Okay, as here uh, printers and publisher continuously developed new. strategies to sell their products. So they were there using so many techniques, so many new things, new stories, trying to uh, write or give the place in their books. So through those books, through those interesting stories, they were there, tried to capture the attraction of the readers. Please underline this also. In the 1920s, in England, popular work was sold in cheap series called Shilling Series. Okay, please underline this one also. Then we are going to stuck under the Great Depression. So because of the Great Depression, now the uh, quality of the books is also going to be reduced or going to be declined. Like because uh, now the traders, the printers, they come to know the public is not having the money to survive, then how they will purchase the books. India and the world of print. Now we are coming in India, as whatever we have studied in previous topics, that is out of the India. Now come in India and let us see the condition of India, what happened here before the print. So before the print, if we will see that time manuscripts, before the age of print, India had a very rich and old tradition of handwritten manuscripts in Sanskrit, Arabic, Persian, as well as various vernacular languages. So in India, they were there to writing manuscripts, handwritten books with calligraphy work, is it? With a calligraphy work, and to maintain them, what they used to they used to cover these books, and sometimes they swim together to ensure that this book is the safe in future or in or long time, we can say. These manuscripts, they were very highly expensive and very fragile ones. So it was very difficult for the common people to go through with these manuscripts because they were unable to purchase. It was too costly, and so they cannot be used as a daily life. In Bengal, there were so many primary schools were there. But what happened, how the students, they were doing the study, just the teacher was there, he was telling them the things, the not giving the book, just the students were also there, they simply heard the things, recite the things. So this was the pattern, and in this way so many students, they qualified their studies. Now here we can see print comes to India. So how print came to India? So here we have seen the print came to India along with the Portuguese missionaries. Okay, mid 16th century, Jesuit priest learned Konkani, and they were there to print several texts. By 1674, about 50 books had been printed in the Konkani and in Kannada language. Okay, in Konkani and Kannada or in Kannada language. The Catholic priest were also there. They printed the first Tamil book in 1500 79. Please underline all these dates and their work also. N- Cochin, and in 1713 the first Malayalam book was printed by them. Then by 1710 the Dutch Protestant missionaries were there. They have printed 32 Tamil texts, many of them translated ones from the old books. In this time, there were no English printing press. The English printing press reached in India, started in India, and of the 17th century. Now here in 1780, James Augustus Hickey was there. Please underline this name. He added the Bengal Gazette, a weekly magazine, and there he has described itself a commercial paper open to all but influenced by none. So this magazine, he has said that this is for everyone, but this magazine is not influenced by anyone, means not favoring to anyone. Whatever we are publishing in this magazine, it is just means everything, it is impartial, like this way. So he is writing something about the slavery system. Along with that, he has also printed some caricatures. Along with that, he has also printed something which is related to the British officers, senior senior British officers. So this thing was not liked by the Britishers. So now what happened? The Governor General Warren Hastings was there, and he has prosecuted Hickey. Okay, and what he has done, he has encouraged the publisher, those who were supporting to the Britishers, for such kind of newspapers he has supported. And he tried to suppress the Augustus Hickey, because Augustus Hickey was writing against these Britishers. Here in India we have seen, thus there were Indians who began and published Indian newspaper. The first to appear was the weekly Bengal Gazette, as the first magazine in India, also Bengal Gazette, which is in English, and the Hindi newspaper is also the first weekly Bengal Gazette, brought out by Gangadhar Bhattacharya, who was very close to whom? Who was very close to Raja Ram Mohan Roy.